Hello everybody. Today is July the 2nd, Tuesday. I trust everybody had a good day. A couple of things. Let's keep in mind that this week is a holiday shortened week. Tomorrow the market's only going to be open till 1. And then Thursday we will be closed completely. And then we'll be back open Friday, but more than likely Friday will be a light volume day, as most people will be taking vacations. In fact, I believe we're going to go to the beach for a couple of days, and therefore won't be around Thursday and Friday, and I'm sure most of you will be gone as well. We'll do a weekend review also, but just keep that in mind as we're going forward this week. Also, keep in mind Friday we're going to have the jobs report that we have each month, and that can cause some volatility as always. And of course, the volatility will probably be greater Friday simply because, again, there'll be so many who will be on vacations, and there'll be low volume. And we're seeing a lot of that this week, today and especially tomorrow. So there's going to be a lot of choppiness. I sent out some messages on Twitter today about that. Just continues to be, market conditions continue to be unfavorable to take on many positions in one direction and to be able to add to many positions. It's just that kind of market right now. Maybe after this week we get back from our July 4th vacations, we'll start seeing some things set up better. And you can see that here in the ES. I mean, you just got to look at the price action. We're back and forth. We're in that Lego market, green, red, green. We had a doji today, and the ES basically did nothing all day. I think we were down almost 100 points at one point. We were up 70 or 80 points, I don't know, somewhere around in there to open the day on the Dow, and just, back and forth. Doji, that's what dojis are anyway. Just tell you that a lot of indecision. On this bounce back up, you can see on the NQ2 a lot of wicks. We go up, then sell off end of the day, go up, sell off end of the day, go up, sell off at the end of the day. A lot of indecision. Dow back and forth. Here's your Lego. Green, red, green, red. I mean, just look at the price action. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that we're in a sideways consolidating market. And again, I'm going to continue to reiterate this because we're going to see it again, and you're going to hear me talk about it again. For those who are lifetime members here at CTU, I've been talking about this for years. That, after a high candle count on the weekly chart, especially when they continue to run, you might as well expect the sideways action to take place for a very long time, an extended period of time, and that's exactly what's happening right now. That simply allows us to look for both bullish and bearish trades, but it also reminds us that we, for the most part, cannot stay in trades very long, and they may reverse quick on us unexpectedly, because that's the way the market is right now. Alright, so let's take a look at our recent trades, see if anything from the weekly charts can be moved up into the daily. And if you've been watching, you'll know that we can move at least one up that has started to potentially break out. We'll talk about that in a minute, and that would be Amazon. But let's take a look at our bullish, and then I added a bearish one here today also, which was also in our weekly column. And that's how these things work. Keep your weeklies in here until they're no longer valid, and keep your dailies in here until they're no longer valid. TRW. TRW, as we mentioned yesterday, had an extended move off of this trend line and then was breaking out. May want it to rest a little bit, and that's what it did today. Pulled it back. Let's see if it can rest and then break higher again. Maybe even test this breakout of that box. Maybe the best thing to do. Keep in mind, we want to get fresh breakouts, not extended breakouts. ALGM, we talked about right at resistance here on both the daily and the weekly chart. Therefore, we're waiting on it. See what it did? Folks, I'm telling you, all that matters is price. Our indicators, all our indicators do is give us an indication. That's why they're called indicators. They're not called predicators. They do not predict anything. They're called indicators. And indicators give an indication of a possible trade. And our indicators are based on the only two markets that there are: trending markets and consolidating markets. And consolidating markets either continue the previous trend or they reverse, and we have signals for each one of those. That's all you need to trade. That's it. Nothing else. Right now we're setting at resistance on ALGN. Amazon, we moved up from the weekly charts. We've been watching that, see if it's going to break out. It's attempting to break out right now. Not there yet, but fired an itch today. Look at where it closed. Almost to the penny. Right there at those highs. Let's see if it can bust out tomorrow and actually start heading higher on Amazon. If you take a look, if you take a look here, you can see the runs were 248 to 269, so let's call it $22. Is that right? And then from here 260 to 284, $24. So then we want to take from here, let's just say 22. Let's go with the lesser. Let's just go with 22, 20, whatever you want to do. That's basically going to get you up to around what, 292? Is that right? Somewhere right in there. And then we can actually look at a psych level around 300. So somewhere right in here is where we'd look for a measured move, on Amazon. And if we break out, you know where your loss line is. You might want to move it back to this previous breakout here. Give it a little bit of wiggle room here, but let's see what we do. Maybe tomorrow we can break out here. CNO. CNO, after breaking out yesterday, did absolutely nothing today but holding on. DLTR continued to move higher today. I'm still in mine. In fact, I added a little bit to my position today. Continues to head higher off that DCH and itch. Nothing's changed on it. ETFC, a little bit higher today. Goes up, sells off. Goes up, sells off. Move your loss line up. GY. Same with DLTR, by the way. GY. Let's go back to DLTR. Move your loss line up and put it up maybe at the bottom of the day's candle. Don't give back your profits. ETFC. GY. GY, after breaking out yesterday, is holding the breakout level above 1656. That's our loss line. KKD sent out this one yesterday in a note. We discussed it. Look at that. Beautiful breakout. Actually broke out today on heavy volume also. In fact, I've added our volume indicator here, strength indicator, based on the moves and some moving averages. Look at it. Look, it's turning green here. KKD breaking out. See that? That's what we like to see. Low volume on the pullback, and then green on the attempts on the days up. MET, move your loss line up on KKD. I actually added to my KKD today. My loss line was down here. Guess what? My loss line is now at the breakout level, and we can actually move KKD here, and we've already got a profit target. Let's see if we can run on up there. MET, and we mentioned yesterday right at resistance. I'm going to be hard pressed to get in this one after this run here. But we'll watch it. Low volume on this breakout too, so I don't know. NYT did nothing today, but still holding on to have some resistance coming up. You see the volume on this breakout looking pretty good. TWC we talked about had a nice strong move, and the fact that these moves, this last move up didn't last very long. Same way with this one, pulling back also. Look at the volume on it. Nice breakout. Let's see if it can go sideways as we mentioned yesterday, and see if it can then break out again. USO actually fired an itch today, and you can see this is one I review in the mornings. Here we go. We broke out. Let's put us a nice higher low here, breaking out. Look at your weekly chart. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Let's see here. There we go, around 35, 31. Is your breakout level? Let's see, that's probably going to line up around right here. It goes back to January, February, and that's what we're seeing here. And if we break out of here, break out on this weekly chart, then we can look for it to head up to around 36.81, $1.50 or so move. That'd be nice on an ETF such as USO. Let's see what it does tomorrow. Next couple of days. PCLN. I'm not one to like to trade PCLN. One, it doesn't have an awful lot of volume, and it's an $850 stock. I think I can find better things to trade, but some of you may like it. I'm going to review it. Trying to break out. Look at where it held today, right below the breakout level. Let's see if it can break out. There's not much volume on that itch either, but let's see if it can break out and give us maybe a measured move here for those who don't mind trading it. Bearish ones. CLF going sideways. Low volume on this pullback, which you like to see. Loss line at 17.11, or looking for it to pull back and then break down again. Trend line down on the weekly. Joy Global continues to go down. Came back, tried to test that breakdown level and break through it, and didn't, and continues to go down. RTN, brand new one here. I actually tweeted this one today. Let's take a look. Here's how we do our there it wasers. Okay, high candle count dots on the weekly. Long way to go back to a support level. Doesn't mean it will go all the way back there. That'd be wonderful if it did, because I actually did enter a trade on this one today. But here's what we do. We have a trend line that's broken, remember? And then we have a reversal signal with our trend line down. And it does what? Breaks support. Next possible area of support is all the way down at 59.13. I'm not saying we're going to get down there. Now, if you do a measured move from here to here, you're looking at around $3. So if we go from this pullback down, you're going to get us down to around $63. So let's take a look, see where that is. 63 or so, somewhere right in there. There's your next profit target area. Measured move to there. Last breakout was 59.13. In this market, who knows? But we got a loss line, 65.21. There you go. And profit targets. We're done with an analyzing RTN. All right, let's take a look at some of our weekly charts, see if anything's been setting up. PI was actually upgraded today, but just could not hold the breakout. We won't see it break out. Remember, it's testing that weekly chart. MS trying to hold a breakout on the weekly chart. Going sideways, doing nothing dish. High candle count dots. You want to wait for this to pull back and then give us another trade. Don't want to jump in it now. At least I don't, because it's a high candle count dots. Docs, what are we doing? Waiting on it to go sideways, work the dots off, test the, maybe even test the breakout on that weekly, and head higher. Not there yet. ETFC we've already mentioned. I don't know why that one got down here. ETN broke that support level here. We talked about it being a trade off the support on the weekly. Doing nothing, just sideways. Continues to hold up though. FFIV, here's a new one I wanted to add. DCH on the weekly, take a look. This is a down one, of course. Earnings are meant to put that on here, July 24th. But you got a downtrend, longer term downtrend, shorter term downtrend on the weekly chart. And here we go, red. Let's put it red, oops. Red. Red. And here's our support from the weekly. Trying to break that support line on the weekly. Your next level of support on the weekly comes in right around here. Let's call it 63.13. Downtrend DCH here. Haven't got a signal on this one yet on the daily. But if it breaks down here, that DCH will be good enough. And so let's make it red here, and our support. Let's watch to see if FFIV can break down below that 68 level. JBL continues to hold the breakout, trending up on the weekly, breaking out of the box. Not a lot of volume here, so just be careful with that one. No signal. Itch continues down on Joy Global. Did we not just go over that one? Yes, I hadn't moved that one out of the weekly column yet. JWN. Right up to that resistance. See that? What do we want it to do? Go sideways. Break out or break out and come back and test. KKD we've already discussed. KRE, for those in it, continues to run. Beautiful. One we've been talking about in the morning review. Volume's great on it. 35.56 if you've been in it since the breakout. MTV. There we go. Now firing a DCH, but we're at a possible resistance level. If you traded it on the breakout last week, might want to consider some profits on MTV. OMC hasn't set up yet. Look at that, still in the box, doing nothing. Probably not going to ahead of earnings. PPG, waiting on it to break from this support level on the weekly chart. See, it's coming back, trying to hold support. Not there yet. RTN, we just went through. And TWC, we just went through. See how we can move these out of the weekly column up to the daily columns. All right, now I went through all of our indicators and everything on here. Really, this is what I'm seeing. All right, keep in mind, holiday shortened week, non-farm payrolls coming up Friday, or the unemployment report as I like to call it. and also low volume this week. But we've got a few things that are trying to work, others that are setting up to possibly work. If you got any questions, you know how to contact me. Also, thinking about doing a seminar in September. If you want to send me some ideas of some things that you might want me to go over in a seminar, what kind of seminar. I've been thinking about just having a seminar where we do nothing but go over charts the whole time. Maybe a possibility, but send me an email. Let me know what you think. Be glad to set up something, and also probably will make the seminar available to anyone. So if you've got anyone you want to invite, also would love to have any of your friends and family join us. All right. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time in the Crosshairs.